1 Samuel chapter 5. The ark of the presence of God has been taken by the Philistines. And when it is taken, they bring it into the same room as their own god, Dagon. Crazy, it's like they're collecting gods or something. But as the presence of the Lord is in the midst of Dagon, Dagon is cast down face first to the ground. They come and see that, and then they pick him up and set him back up again. The next day, the presence of the Lord not only casts down Dagon face first, but breaks his head off, his hands off, and he's broken in half. This to me is a wonderful picture of what the presence of the Lord does in our lives. It's interesting that they put the presence of God, the Ark of the Covenant, the mercy seat, the divine shadow, next to Dagon. Dagon represents anything that we place next to God. It could be a person. It could be your ministry. It could be your wife or your kids. It could be a lust. It could be yourself. It could be self-gratification. It could be money. Dagon is anything placed on the same level or next to God. But the presence of the Lord will cause this thing that is so important and so loved to fall down in worship. When we experience the presence of God, that's the work of the presence in our hearts. We see him to be supremely above all, higher and more majestic and glorious and more worthy than all other things, no matter how valued they were before. They fall down in his presence. Even John falls down when he sees Jesus. The 24 elders fall down as they see how worthy he is. It is the presence of God that causes us to fall to our rightful place and exalt him to his rightful place. But it's interesting too that sometimes we as humans, after we've had experiences with the Lord and God has divinely arranged everything, put everything where it's supposed to be, him above all, and everything else below him, falling down before him. Even after this, sometimes we go back and erect those things that God caused to fall. Maybe God delivered you from a bad relationship, and the reason why it was bad is because you put this person, him or her, next to the Lord. And then what happens is God in his presence shows you how worthy he is, and that whole situation falls to the ground and has no more value to you, and you're able to deal with it the right way. But then over some time, you grab that Dagon and set it back up again. Maybe you went back to something God told you not to. Maybe it's pornography. Maybe it's self-exaltation. Maybe it's putting your ministry before God again, or maybe it's money. You find yourself pursuing money again in God's place. Whatever it is, you have went back. This is very human to go back and erect things that God delivered us from. I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm saying that only his presence can reveal this to us. Because once it is erected again, the presence of God causes it to fall again. But this time, its head falls off, which means the patterns of thinking of that old thing, the way you thought about that idol or that pursuit or that person, it just breaks off. And the hands of Dagon break off, which show you all the works that are connected to that idol break off. Their power is gone. And he himself, Dagon, is split in half. That image is broken. It's no more what it was. God, by his divine presence, has broken its power. Power over your mind, power over your works, and power over that graven image made by you, made by others, those things that are not above all, which is God himself. It is his presence is all I'm saying. That is the key. Keep coming to the presence of God. Maybe you find yourself falling here or falling there or making bad decisions here or whatever it may be. Continue to come into the presence of the Lord, and he will perform this work of causing you to see things rightly, divinely arranging things right, and then God's work will break the power over that thing, over your mind, over your hands, over your heart, and that image will be broken. I know that this is true. I've seen it in my own life, different times, struggled with different things, whether it be competition, just constantly thinking of other people and comparing myself to them by way of trying to excel them, or on the other hand, just comparing myself with them based upon what they are and what I am. Or you can fill in the blank with anything really. Maybe it's constantly keeping your ministry so focused. You're so focused on your ministry, or so focused on your business, or so focused on this project that you have, that you just replace that wonderful place of adoration that is due only to God. Maybe you replace this beauty and wonder of Jesus Christ with another person. Whatever it is, I found myself in these areas different times, and it is his presence, coming to his presence and his presence alone, that is able to break the power of that thing in my mind. Sometimes again and again, break the power of that thing over my hands, or break that power of that image in my heart. Only God can do this in his presence. So here's your responsibility. Just set yourself up in his presence. Just make camp there in his presence. And he will show you himself. His presence will unveil your eyes, and you will see what he is worth. You will see how valuable he is. I'll close out with this. Judas walked with the Lord. He heard the Lord's teachings. He ministered for the Lord, but he never valued the Lord more than himself. We know this because there was a price tag. There's something that he would receive in exchange for Jesus, and it was 30 pieces of silver he gave up to Christ, which shows us there's some people that are, quote, following the Lord. They're doing the religious things. Maybe they are ministering. Maybe they are hearing the Lord's teachings. Maybe they're even reading the Word. But the value of Jesus is what really matters. I'm not saying you shouldn't read the Word or follow Jesus. Or what I'm saying is real value for Jesus will cause you to triumph when that test comes. And that test being, is he more valuable to you than you? Whenever you are tempted to act outside of his will, that's the moment you ask yourself, do I love the Lord or no? Because to love him means to put him above yourself. And that's the key. And that's what we're all learning. The wonderful thing about this Christian walk is that we are all, and will continually be, learning to live dependent upon God. Moment by moment, day by day. And here he is, faithful to us, to keep us, and to be gentle with us, deal gently with us. He is so kind and patient, and he's with you, and he loves you, and he's for you. Set yourself up in his presence, and let him, by his glorious presence, show you what he's worth, and establish that worth in your heart, that you might sing the song of the ages, the song that will last forever, the song of the Lamb. Worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive everything. Father, I thank you for your glory, your wonderful peace and presence. I worship you. Be with every viewer, Lord. Help them feel, help them sense, help them to run with all their wounds and dirt and crippledness and throw themselves at your mercy and give themselves completely to your presence, so that they may receive the work of your presence in their hearts, and there find that you cause these things to be broken by your own power. You break the mindset of it. You break the works of it. You break the image of it. Glory be to your name. putting to death the deeds of the flesh by the Spirit. Thank you that it is this way, Lord. It is not efforts and strivings. It is faith, absolute resting trust in you, the abandonment of ourselves. And then the Spirit comes. Amen. God bless you guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't signed up for the online mentoring program, I encourage you to do it. It's going to be amazing. An hour together every Tuesday night with special guests and interaction, ministry, and heart-to-heart time of prayer. And there's a link down below if you want to sign up for it. It's going to be so much fun. God bless you guys.